Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tis I, the Multi-Voice, and welcome to Multi-Voice Entertainment. I have many voices, but one opinion. And, right now, I got an update for you guys. The reason why I still haven't been doing any videos is because I've been more focusing on audios I've been working on lately. I mean, those who are still wondering about my Doctor Who and Superman crossover with Supergirl, I'm still waiting for one of my friends who's supposed to be doing the voice, Brainiac, to send me his lines. And of course, I'm also waiting for some of the people for my Pluto series. All in all, I decided to do another sci-fi crossover, another science fiction crossover audio drama, which this one is also based on my crossover theory, and this is the one that I think it deserves a crossover. Now, what kind of a sci-fi crossover should I create? Well, what would happen if you have Flash Gordon eat Buck Rogers? Yeah, I know, I did the crossover theory about that one, but that's exactly what I'm basing it on. And how the story goes, Ming Merciless, Ming Merciless, who is the main bad guy, he was so sick and tired and fed up of Flash Gordon feeding him every time when he tries to conquer or destroy the Earth. So, one of his generals invented a time machine, and since he cannot conquer and destroy Earth in the present, he decided to conquer and destroy Earth into the future. The future party! As you can see in my Doctor Who t-shirt I'm wearing, I remember I did my crossover theory wearing this shirt before I started wearing my Doctor Who outfit. Which, come to think of it, I need to get it out of my storage. Anyway, so pretty much, the Merciless went into the future in the 25th century, and of course, he meets Buck Rogers' arch nemesis, Killer Kane. Yeah, that's his name, Killer Kane. And then Flash Gordon discovered that Ming had traveled into the future, so Flash decided to go too, but also his wife Dell decided to go with him because she knows because she thought it was a good idea for her to go into the future along with him, so he'll have somebody to be with in the future. And then as they showed up to the future, they noticed that Ming is doing his evil ways, trying to conquer and destroy Earth. And then, from out of nowhere, out comes Buck Rogers. And for those of you who are wondering who's going to be playing who, I'm playing Buck Rogers because I don't know. I mean, I like playing a sci-fi hero who is frozen in time and woke up in the 25th century. Oh, and for those of you who don't know who Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers are, I'll send you a link along with my crossover theory at the end of this video. And I know I play a sci-fi hero before on another audio, Doctor Who, but I'm kind of playing my version of the Doctor more like Star-Lord. Still love this character. So, one thing I decided to do was different. Now, here's one thing that not many people know. Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers, way back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they were science fiction rivals. And it was way before Star Trek and Star Wars was made. So I thought it would be a good idea that my version of Buck Rogers is a Trekker. He's a die-hard fan of Star Trek. And And Flash Gordon, he is a Star Wars fan. So there'll be a lot of Star Trek and Star Wars rival jokes between the two. And 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 I copied their look from the comic book, that which I'm going to talk about soon. And of course, I have somebody to do the voice of Wilma Deering, who is Buck Rogers' former love interest, but now they stayed friends. And also, Buck Rogers has an android named Buddy. Since the serials, he had an eager young space cadet named Buddy Wade. And then when they made the TV series in the 70s, he had a robot named Twiggy. So I decided to combine the two together and therefore created Buddy, the android cadet. And also, there was Professor Hewer, who was an old man who's a scientist and knows about Buck and all. I decided to make him into an artificial intelligence scientist. So he's a computer, but he's also a scientist. So how the whole thing goes, Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers has to team up together in order to find Ming and stop him before he does any more damage. And that's the whole part of the story. And I don't know about you guys, but I think it's about time that they deserve an audio crossover, or any kind of crossover at all. I mean, they still haven't even done a comic book where they do crossovers. I mean, right now I'm starting to get myself into this whole Flash Gordon Buck Rogers thing, and I know some of you people kind of remembered the 80s movie, you know, the old Flash, savior of the universe. But I'm trying to make this one not corny and campy like the Flash Gordon movie or the Buck Rogers TV shows in the 70s. I'm trying to make it, but there are some jokes and some humor into it, kind of like the MCU. Because if you started noticing, most of the Marvel superheroes that the MCU's been doing, they've been putting a lot of humor into it just to make it more interesting. So I'm doing the same thing for this crossover audio. And, I mean, if I was so into the whole Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon crossover, I would have had these 12-inch action figures of Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. Or I would have been crazy enough to get the Captain Action versions of them. For those of you who don't know who Captain Action is, a long time ago in the 70s, there were a lot of hippies who were protesting against action figures about soldiers like G.I. Joe. So another toy company decided to create a certain action figure called Captain Action, and what he does is he's a master of disguise. He disguises himself as famous superheroes. He disguised himself as Superman, Batman, Lone Ranger, Green Hornet, Tonto, Kato, and he also disguises himself as Marvel superheroes too. He disguised himself as Captain America and Thor and Spider-Man. And of course, his arch nemesis is Dr. Evil. But enough with Captain Action. I would have got those action figures of him, but I think I'm a lot more interested on getting graphic novels of those two. Ever since this one comic book company called IDW, no, not IDW, sorry, Dynamite Entertainment. They kept on taking all the superheroes from Pulp Fiction novels and comic strips and start making brand new comic books about them, trying to keep their legacy going in today's standards, and even modernizing them too. So I'd rather get the graphic novels of Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon from IDW's graphic novels. Not IDW, damn it. Dynamite Entertainment. Why do I get confused between IDW and Dynamite Entertainment. IDW, they do comic books based on Hasbro. But anyway, and of course, one thing I'm going to do to my audio, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. So at the end of the audio, I'm going to be showing some pictures, which I'm going to show today. The creator of Buck Rogers is none other than Philip Francis Nowlin. And the guy who created Flash Gordon is none other than Alex Raymond. They're the ones who created it, and those are going to pop up in the audio too, because you know me, I just like to give credit where credit is due and let people know who are the original creators. And this is, and of course, one thing I did was a little crazy. You see, I contacted a friend of mine who would love to do the voice of Buck Rogers. He's a good friend of mine, a good pal, and I was crazy enough to draw this. Him is Flash Gordon, and me is Buck Rogers. Now imagine us in cosplay if we ever have costumes like this. Of course, to me, I have to go to a thrift store to make one, and of course a couple of other stuff too. And the reason why I'm covering the name who's playing Flash Gordon just for his sake, but I'm sure he appreciated it. Besides, his name ain't going to be revealed until the audio is done. So this is my update for the day. If any of you find this very interesting, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe. And see you guys later.